yo. Turning to the cleaner. What's up, long? What's up, long? What's up, long? That body G, yeah. What's up, long? What's up, long? What's up, long? What's up, long? Everybody Latino. What's up, long? What's up, long? What's up, long? El mundo.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
Trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael.
Yeah, I get the money, then I go. Fucking bad bitches, I don't want no basic hoe. Every damn song got another damn flow. Money piling up, did the shit on my own. I'm my own boss, yeah, members I own. Heard it talking about I sold my soul, but I stayed down, had to get it on the road. Ex talking crazy, she just mad cause I'm on. Got plenty tickets right around in the coupe. AC orange getting hot, drop the roof. Thought I was going hell, now I'm living proof. Cartier shades, seeing with a clear view. Hit her from behind, I can see point of view. 5 Birkin bag, pick a color, okay cool. I'm being real good, like my pockets on full. I don't fall in love, I get enough, I'm cool.
Cause I can trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Goddamn, goddamn. Said she only love me and I think it's for the best. Only gonna hit it, then I'm gonna know she mad. Pop out when you need me, you can see me in the back. I know they gon' hate it when I make it. Hop inside a push, it's like a race to get it naked. Beating up the pussy in the coupe, I gotta shake it. Push it to her limits, but I know that she can take it. Tell me what you want, bitch, I got two sides. We can take a trip, but don't get too high. Maybelline, I'm playing shawty too fine. But I know what you want and I can lose mine. Yeah, no, okay, roll it up. They gon' see me coming up. What it do, like what's the move? Ain't no need to pick and choose, yeah. It's a raps in the back. Shawty playing with the money, so I put her in the bag. Cause I can trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust souls, we don't love those. Working in the cold and my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael.
Anoche cuando yo te vi, me propuse fueras tú para mí. Quise saber tu nombre y busqué un pretexto para acercarme. Baby, contigo bailaré a boca luz. Solo estoy yo devorándonos. No se resistas, que es inevitable entre los dos. Esa actitud sé que quieres. Baby, contigo bailaré a boca luz. Solo estoy yo devorándonos. No se resistas, que es inevitable entre los dos. Esa actitud sé que quieres. No, 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 no. Sé que quieres, mami, yeah, 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 yeah. Sigue conmigo, oh, oh, oh. Hasta el amanecer, yeah, tú y yo. De noche, mucha maldad. Entre usted y yo puede haber igualdad. Igual de crazy, igual de malo. Un par de tragos nos tomamos. Mucho fumeteo y nos desordenamos. ¿Y tú qué quieres que yo ande pensando? Soy malo desde niño y me tiene maquinando. De cómo estar lejos de acá, quitarte los panty, ver que hay algo. noche terminará besándonos, bailando pegaditos con este reggaetón, buscándonos, pa' que esto se repita y quede entre los dos. Anoche cuando yo te vi, me propuse fueras tú para mí. Quise saber tu nombre y busco un pretexto para acercarme. Baby, contigo bailaré a boca luz. Solo estoy yo devorándonos. No se resista, es inevitable entre los dos. Esa actitud, sé que quieres. Baby, contigo bailaré a boca luz. Solo estoy yo devorándonos. No se resista, es inevitable entre los dos. Esa actitud, sé que quieres.
Mami, yo sé que quieres. Acá llegaron los del flow, los con flow, único y santo. White Legacy, baby. Channel Genio, Kevin ADD, The Root Boys, Marvin, Joel, Atlantic Music.
Los con flow. Living in a world full of peace and love. Imagine living in a world full of peace and love.
Hey, yo, so me tell them like this, sure. No war, no fighting. Hey, every color united. We can't stand no racism. Positivity igniting. Sure. No guns, no violence. Just calm and silence. All we need from Jah is guidance. A hymn of the license. Imagine smoking tree, no copper and way. Just cool and calm with me, I them chinky. Me no want a dirty vaccine in my bloodstream. Me good and healthy and wealthy, no one I go run my life journey. Big up the soldier them, outlaw, fuck government. Tired of the lockdown, how we a go feed we children? Them a go take away our freedom of speech and make us cover we face. Say me can't stand it, get out me let me for me crash it.
Imagine living in a world full of peace and love. Imagine living in a world full of peace and love.
Hey, yo, so me tell them like this, sure. Them no want no problem, soon we are go crush them. One by one, them all go fall like rain there. Secret society around the whole planet. People are waking up, baking up, unity equals strength. Me go and do me thing, make money straight, pocket never empty. Smoke weed like Snoop D-O-double-G. Press start, me no need no key. My religion is humanity. Me no care what them chat about me. Straight from me heart, not no comedy. Me style ya wicked, so me stay trendy. Aye. We are not afraid, we will never run away. Oh no, no, no. Aye. We love life too much just to give it away. You know, you know, you know, you know. After all we did, you can't treat us this way. No, 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 no. Yeah. We work too hard every day to keep him modern day slave. Yeah, 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 yeah. Imagine living in a world full of peace and love. Imagine living in a world full of peace and love. For peace and love, yeah. Yo, Dynasty the King, Seashore, yeah. To the world, yo, humanity, yeah, you hear me? Yeah.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
Gang. Whole lot of gang shit, nigga. Y'all know how we coming. Young E, bitch. Some love. I'm trying to double my profit, I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. If he trying to stop it, I don't gotta cock it, I put like 3 shots in his noggin. I'm trying to double my profit, I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. If he trying to stop it, I don't gotta cock it, I put like 3 shots in his noggin. I'm trying to double my profit, I'm trying to double my profit. I'm trying to double my profit, I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. I'm trying to double my profit, I'm trying to double my profit. If he trying to stop it, I don't gotta cock it, I put like 3 shots in his noggin. I don't got time for the nonsense. If I shoot you, lose more of your conscience. You tryna play the block, but you was just calling my phone tryna cop shit. You said that you ain't a cop, so why are you ratting on niggas you ride with? You said that you hang with ops, it's 3 y'all chillin', so that's who you down with. I post a block for the night shift, turn me up cause I know they won't like this. I fucked your bitch, took a nice trip, she jacking, she sucking the right dick. She fell in love when the pipe hit, and she know I don't build no nice shit. Niggas be switching, that's priceless. If I run up, that's a light hit. 23 on my 4th quarter mic shit. You say EO, you hear the pipe click. And I am not into the typing. Use your life if you tryna come fighting. I like to have bands in my pocket. You still could get hit with the rocket. I got a post on that block, bitch. My niggas, they know how I'm rocking. I'm tryna double my profit. I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. If he tryna stop it, I don't gotta cock it. I put like 3 shots in his noggin. I'm tryna double my profit. I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. If he tryna stop it, I don't gotta cock it. I put like 3 shots in his noggin. I'm tryna double my profit. I'm tryna double my profit. I'm tryna double my profit. I stack it and flip it, put knots in my pocket. I'm tryna double my profit. I'm tryna double my profit. If you tryna stop it, I don't gotta cock it. I put like 3 shots in his noggin.
Ain't no for sure roadmap to the dollar fam. Go with the flow. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Ain't no for sure roadmap to the dollar fam. Go with the flow. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Everything you want's on the other side of fear. Reality's wrong, homie, dreams are for real. Bound to be fine like shooting flares in the sky. I'm the big man now, no little guy. Haters gon' see me, still they wanna try. Emulate my life, can't calculate the price. Went from uptown to Cali, sunny side. Now I'm making money, plus I'm getting high. Jump on the beat against me and suicide. I come from the streets where they teach do or die. No game, I was born a rat, no denying that. Props on my name, one day, let's cash that. Slide with a bank, tell her let her bag that. Hotter than Baghdad, about to smash that. Dear God, I'm thankful, though, where the stacks at. Gotta go hard, build a stash with no tax, man. Regards to the man, Uncle Sam. In Aruba with the scuba like my chica tan. Clear water, white sands, low key, no grand. Roll trees, no seeds, proceed with the plan. Ain't no for sure roadmap to the dollar fam. Go with the flow, swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Ain't no for sure roadmap to the dollar fam. Go with the flow. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man. Swing like Spider-Man.
trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael.
Yeah, I get the money, then I go. Fucking bad bitches, I don't want no basic hoe. Every damn song got another damn flow. Money piling up, did the shit on my own. I'm my own boss, yeah, members I own. Heard it talking about I sold my soul. But I stayed down, had to get it on the road. Ex talking crazy, she just mad cause I'm on. Got plenty tickets right around in the coupe. AC orange getting hot, drop the roof. Thought I was gone, hell, now I'm living proof. Cartier shades, seeing with a clear view. Hit her from behind, I can see point of view. Buy a Birkin bag, pick a color, okay, cool. I'm being real good, like my pockets on full. I don't fall in love, I get enough, I'm cool.
Cause I can trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Goddamn, goddamn. So she only love me and I think it's for the best. Only gonna hit it, then I'm gonna know she mad. Pop out when you need me, you can see me in the back. I know they gon' hate it when I make it. Hop inside a push, it's like a race to get it naked. Beat another pussy in the coupe, I gotta shake it. Push it to her limits, but I know that she can take it. Tell me what you want, bitch, I got two sides. We can take a trip, but don't get too hyped. Maybelline, I'm playing shawty too fine. But I know what you want and I can lose mine. Yeah, no, okay, roll it up. They gon' see me coming up. What it do, like what's the move? Ain't no need to pick and choose, yeah. It's a raps in the back. Shawty playing with the money, so I put her in the bag. Cause I can trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael. Cause I can trust hoes, we don't love those. Working in the cold on my ice froze. Time to glow up, it's a light show. Tell me this is it like a Michael.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
Fat boy Izzo. No.
Got his bottom turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Man, I get it from the streets. Man, I get it from the streets. Got his bottom turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Man, I get it from the streets. Man, I get it from the streets. This ain't nothing new. We contemplating. Pulled up, it's something new. Fixed the situation. Had to listen up and had to switch the station. Dying broken, got tired of waiting. Years on top of years, years on top of years, years and years. I'm talking years to terminate. Fat boy, baby. Would you expect man for more than fucking cake and me on the rims? 10K. Now she think we dead, get it for the low. Strong arm, had to get it in the road. Tell them cop it go. Big biz, I'm talking 20 for the show. Entertain them. Nigga, hear these speakers blow. No choice, just a fucking envy. Get on board if you fucking with me. Run the city, shout the Diddy. 100,000 over 100,000, 100,000, 150, plenty. Got his bottom turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Man, I get it from the streets. Man, I get it from the streets. Got his bottom turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Man, I get it from the streets. streets. Get it from the 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 streets. Fat boy is a baby. Baby, no, I put in work. No, baby, no, I ain't letting up. We gon' hit it where it hurt. Baby girl, she start lifting that shirt. Follow up and start lifting that skirt. Up and downs on the in and out. Make that squirt, show me what it's worth. No, they wanna see it. Hell it gone, no, they wanna see it. Do it out, catch a flick, pull up quick. I'ma show you what I'm about. Don't get caught up playing that cloud. Don't get caught up playing that cloud. Nigga, don't get caught up playing that cloud. Don't get caught up playing that cloud. Got this bottle turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Now I get it from the streets. 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 Got this bottle turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Now I get it from the streets. 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 Got this bottle turned up, waiting for a freak. Made a couple thousand in a week. Now I get it from the streets. 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 Get it from the streets.
Antes nadie a mí me miraba, antes nadie a mí ni me hablaba, antes se llenaba la boca de baba, y ahora que soy cantante me lo mama. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. Míreme ya ahora, ¿quién carajo controla? Sonando en la emisora, el comito urbano. ¿Quién me para ahora? Yo voy a 100 por hora, hago que pierdan la chola con mi flow bacano. Para serte sincero, yo no cuento con ningún acuero. Para mí nada más bien que hacer tu propio dinero. ¿Sabes lo que quiero? ¿Sabes lo que quiero? Viajar por el mundo entero y demostrarle que tu artista todos son unos pequeros. Antes nadie a mí me miraba, antes nadie a mí ni me hablaba, antes se llenaba la boca de baba, ahora que soy cantante me lo mama. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. Ellos no suenan y se la pasan cobrando. Dime dónde te escuchan, dónde es que estás sonando. Yo no les pago, si son artistas cibernéticos y mucho menos si son raperos patéticos. Oye mi hermano, ya me cansé de ser el desierto. Ahora soy yo la proteína que necesita el humano en su cuerpo. Yo no seré el mejor, yo no seré perfecto, pero prefiero morir siendo real que vivir como un insecto. Antes nadie a mí me miraba, antes nadie a mí ni me hablaba, antes se llenaba la boca de baba, ahora que soy cantante me lo mama. Acho, ¿lo he escuchado de Melvé? Ese cabrón, ese cree la gran jodienda. En verdad, socio. ¡Mámame el pique! I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. I got all the bitches, all the fucking bitches. Déjeme ahora. Yo se lo dije que yo venía fuerte, Cali D, The Elements, The Uvaldi, no Melvé, ¿qué pasó? Melvé, ¿qué pasó? Place. Por amor a la música, coming soon. Deja el ritmo.
Said don't hit my line cause all she like to do is use me. I can't fuck with shawty cause that shawty way too goofy. Please don't touch my money when you go. I can't wake up anymore, the drugs on go. Said don't hit my line cause all she like to do is use me. I can't fuck with shawty cause that shawty way too goofy. Please don't touch my money when you go. I can't wake up anymore, the drugs on go. I know a couple bad bitches wanna take a ride. Like it's okay, but baby, you just wanna waste my time. I know you see me from the rafters cause I'm on my grind. But if you wanna come and play, then baby, watch me slide. Cause I got 24 reasons you should be declined. It seems you only in my line for the dollar signs. It's okay, you feeling lonely, but I'm not that guy. Only miss me with that bullshit, I ain't got the time. Yeah, bad bitch on me, I don't need that. I just want that Rollie, freeze that Cuban on me. I'm gon' need that Lambo, two-tone, I be speeding. Callin' up Benji, we smoking exotic, yeah. I get that bag and then straight to deposit, yeah. Shorty be crying as if on an option, yeah. I cannot trust you two out of pocket, yeah. Said don't hit my line cause all she like to do is use me. I can't fuck with shawty cause that shawty way too goofy. Please don't touch my money when you go. I can't wake up anymore, the drugs on go. Said don't hit my line cause all she like to do is use me. I can't fuck with shawty cause that shawty way too goofy. Please don't touch my money when you go. I can't wake up anymore, the drugs on go.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
Ven amor, que contigo es que yo quiero estar. Y sabes que tal vez yo te quiero besar. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, yeah. Tócame, bésame, déjame sin respiración. Tócame, bésame, sobre all night long. Na 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 na, yeah. Abrázame fuerte. Na 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 na, yeah. Baby, let's take it to another level. Subirlo a otro nivel. La noche está que quema, la música nos lleva. Acaricia mi cuerpo, ven. We're together, you and I. Baby, I just can't deny. When you touch, when you kiss, when you feel me, it feels so right. Tócame, bésame, déjame sin respiración. Tócame, bésame, sobre all night long. Na 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 na, yeah. Abrázame fuerte. Na 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 na, yeah. Baby, na 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 na, yeah. Abrázame fuerte. Na na
know. I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. I'm worried about me.
Triple M.
Y'all make me laugh, these haters hate. I smell like money, I'm living great. Got two Ferrari, just bought a Porsche. Jersey legend, I'm in New York, I'm in the building, I heat it up. Pop bottles, I'm turning up. Love pussy, I eat it up. I love pussy, I beat it up. Give orders, no permission. Empire, my position. Get money, my addiction. War casino, something different. This is you, this is me, this is me. Now you ain't me. I'm fly, nigga, I'm everywhere. I'm in the air, I'm in autopilot. Vroom, 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 vroom. Lamborghini go boom, boom. Make the speakers go boom, boom. My magazine go boom, boom. Eliminate all these haters. Don't compensate with these traders. Got combinations all in my safe. Ain't nothing free, you gon' pay us.
Don't worry about me. See, you haters wanna live my life. Don't worry about me. So much bullshit in my life. Don't worry about me. Jewelry, cars, money, my life. Stay fresh, that's what I like. Pop bottles, party all night. Don't worry about me. Grind hard, hustle all day. Don't worry about me. Keep hating, that's okay. Don't worry about me.
War casino, keep getting money. War casino, keep getting money. War casino, keep getting money. War casino, come and see me. Sexy, huh? No bikini, skinny waist, big culo. Give it to her, toma duro. See you haters velándome, hablándome, tirándome. Ellos dicen que me está buscándome. Si mi cuenta me busca, no problem, man. Play my position, stay sharp, no fear, I never lose. I put in work, grind hard, no sleep, that's what I do. Get money, make money, stack money, love money. Out of order, make it work. In the kitchen, push to work. What's yours is mine, don't get out of line. You get out of line, you be hard to find. I'ma get that, hit that, flip that, she with that. With that, don't yeah, come and get that.
See, you haters wanna live my life. Don't worry about me. So much bullshit in my life. Don't worry about me. Jewelry, cars, money, my life. Stay fresh, that's what I like. Pop bottles, don't worry about me. Grind hard, hustle all day. Don't worry about me. Keep hating, that's okay. Don't worry about me.
War casino, keep getting money. War casino, keep getting money. War casino, keep getting money.
It's your boy, fam. You know I'm on it, on it. You know I'm on it, on it. You know I'm on it, on it. On it, on it.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag. Yeah, I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
You know I'm on it. I'll be chasing that bag until the morning.
I know niggas that be chasing that bag so fast they won't wait for your ass. Cause niggas hate to be late for that cash. Why they gotta do the race for that ass? I want it now cause I ain't coming back. Whenever I got it, I make that shit last. I won't let nobody fuck up our chance. Cause niggas wasn't there when niggas was champs. Hey, please do not play with that bag. They might snatch that shit straight out your hand. You know better than to stay where you at. Cause niggas might come to you straight for the bands. Facts. Hey, I don't know why you get mad, but oh well. Hold it down, don't be like that. Niggas will set you up fast. Once they find out where you keeping that bag. This homie. So just stay focused, homie. That's what they told me. I hope that shit you do really last. Even if I gotta go put on my mask. Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag. Yeah, I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
You know I'm on it. I'll be chasing that bag until the morning.
If you are not about the cash,
now get the fuck out my face. You are not chasing that bag, now get the fuck out my way. I know about living in hell, some of y'all cannot relate. Remember cool nights in the slums, no chicken, no bread on my plate. And now that I'm hungry, it's chow time. LeBron on you niggas, it's prime time. 100% on the foul line. I got many haters that down mine. Cause me, I'm here to make stacks, flipping that work, rack upon rack. Your boy saying 12 on the track, this shit is a hit, now bring the shit back. Hey, y'all niggas ain't doing no work, y'all niggas ain't putting in pain. Me, I be here in the field, in the cold, in the snow, in the rain. I did this all on my own, nobody gon' take it away. I'm flipping the page, I gotta get paid at the end of the day. I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta chase that bag, yeah, I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
I gotta chase that bag.
Man, I gotta chase that bag.
I gotta get that bag.
Man, I gotta get that bag.
You know I'm on it. I'll be chasing that bag until the morning. I gotta chase that bag.
You know I'm on it, on it. You know I'm on it, on it. You know I'm on it, on it. Man, I gotta chase that bag. On it. You know I'm on it, on it.
You know I'm on it. I'll be chasing that bag until the morning.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
All my nights up in the condo south, your shit never gets old. My destination for greatness, I would never sell my soul. These girls ask me what I want, I guess that thing is all I know. I will probably have a girl, but I can't help but want it more. I need more, want it all, like money, cars, and hoes. That's all I know, that's all I know. That money maker come, one thing I know. I gotta get that check, I gotta make that stack, I gotta make that flip. All the money in the world, I could trust her so. All the money in the world, I could trust her so. Used to have a girl, now I got plenty. Started from the bottom, now we tip top. Tippy riding with my seat recline like I'm lurking. I used to love, now my girls got girlfriends. So I get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. These my niggas I put on for. 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 I ain't never with them in the crowd, never with the crowd. You tryna win up a part in the driveway. Hell, I fell long and the boy still got it. Put on for my friend, don't know anybody. Pull up to the things, that's what I hate. This is the wings of my old lady. I don't need a kick game or a whip game. I just feel how to make it to
Gotta treat him like a dog in a game of fetch. Scotty Pippen, long nose, yo, we hate the snub. Clash known to get it poppin' like Jamaican clubs. They love that hate, but I'm blowing on that hate to love. 360 clocks on with X's at the bar. Who gets a flying fuck, all half a god. Brain sick, money talk, money found the drop. So haters wipe them down, just like a countertop. My money square roots, and yours a half a pop. I'ma get the job done and I don't have to try. A buckshot to the head and I don't tell them why. Never count the underdog.
Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist phone, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist phone, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas I can ever put on. These my niggas I put on for. 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 These my niggas I put on for.
Mr. Smokey, I'm throwing niggas get shot for pulling out rollers. Wow, smoking blunts with sheep wallers. Big pun ruins, falling off and on the court. My niggas keeping in the street, y'all niggas telling cause. Belly for your dog, 2020 vision. Wow, they tell lies, I'll tell our vision. Pop like 3D, I get back to the leading. COD, you see the name in graffiti.
I got this shit covered, no mascara on. I run everything besides a marathon. The trees in my palm look like palm trees. I get it off the arm, that's word to my long sleeves. More fiends, more dope, more envelopes. If you don't bubble, better get you a winter coat. I had them on clear, brown shirts and yellow straps. Graham crackers, the yellow pack. I be styling my flow, that shit too liquid. And niggas hungry for a line with a soup kitchen. I got a rat, report a beautician. I want the whole 9 yards and a few inches. Yeah, I'm little miles racing. I can spot you dogs 101 Dalmatian. I need a pound of hazing, and I'm a brand missing. Cause I ain't only hood, nigga, I'm a transmission.
Trying to pick this man on who should be famous for styles and blessings. I know every verse is outrageous, just by the crowd. Able to draw their attention from this lyrical phenom. Researching the industry for whack matters to feed on. Trash content, slash long shit. Most of these mumble rappers, usually they be on. I ain't Morgan Freeman, this is something for you to lean on. Celestial level, that's what the God trying to be on. To reach my prophecy, you'll suffer the mediocrity. Step back and like a VR. It's kind of ability. With parts of dominant passion for tranquility. You have to combine the stars and eons to develop the mind state I'm trying to be on. Like the last one.
Tigres de USA, lo que abusan, que te la ponen, quítate la blusa, que vendo drogas y que no se intrusa, que me guiaron, el dinero se busca, si hay de problema aquí no se asusta, si hay que tirar, tiramos bazooka, más de miles cada vez que saco, me busco, saco armado, le a los trancos se mueren, uno sin la pena saco, el dinero llegó, porque la vaina ya se resolvió, empuje el dinero hasta que de aquí alguien me quite de aquí sea Dios. Los haters les digo adiós, son los joseros oceánicos, me ven arroz. Si eres de los míos, te digo de los joseando.
Every damn song got another damn flow. Money piling up, did the shit on home. Rappers out home.
Atrás del dinero, atrás de la puta
Stay
joseando.
down, had to get it on the road.
Atrás del dinero, atrás de la puta joseando.
Need tickets right around in the
Calle que yo me paro, yo no te voy a parar. Porque que yo joseando, hasta no te doy de nada. Los tigres que yo hablo, contigo no van a hablar. Esto es sangre capo, cuidado si mira para acá. Calle que yo me paro, tú no te vas a parar. Los bloques que yo he joseado, a ti no te dan de nada. Con los tigres que yo hablo, contigo no van a hablar. Esto es sangre capo, cuidado si mira para acá. Que yo he joseado, a ti no te dan de nada. Con los tigres que yo hablo, contigo no van a hablar. Esto es sangre campo, cuidado si mira para acá. Calle que yo me paro, tú no te vas a parar. Los bloques que yo he joseado, a ti no te dan de nada. Con los tigres que yo hablo, contigo no van a hablar. Esto es sangre campo.
takes. Submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists.
Turning it up with my team, we going 40, we going 40 up in the club, and I'm macking with your shorty, look at your shorty, born and raised in the projects, my parents never had it, no dollars in my pocket, I had to work magic at my back on the pad, feeling broke, when I had to change my status to a faster than a jet plane, got born and raised in the projects, my parents never had it, no dollars in my pocket, got to make a deal with my family, cause I gotta hustle for a salary, I burn that plane in my wisdom, and that I know the people got blowing up like cocaine was brought up on me in the era of cocaine. My sister's back and work was indulged in cocaine. I can't make sense, but all I see is dollars. Before that cash, I better make a holler. Smooth skin, tight ass, and she loves to smile. If that's your bitch, then you must be insane. I can't make sense, but all I see is dollars. Before that cash, I better make a holler. Smooth skin, tight ass, and she loves to smile. If that's your bitch, then you must be Shorty patrol, living good life. We living in the party, getting live as the hand. Burn the wood in the air, we gon' light up a quarter. Bottle on bottle, we just put in the order. It's going down, see the mouth, you're growing clouds. But the papers coming in because I'm bagging up the line. She's the scene, laying out your regular body. Take the clothes off and shows it on to the body. One more coming to me, the world is in my range. And as I reach out and I grab it for my family, feel no pain. Yes, nigga, we gon' make it in my bro. Don't feel the same, no one come to the kids. I'ma blow up like that.
RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today. RadioPlayLive.com presents Artist Spotlight, now featuring artists from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut area. If you have what it takes, submit your music at RadioPlayLive.com. We are now looking for new, young, fresh artists. RadioPlayLive.com. Join us today.
Double dutching, I'm jumping over the rear. Double dutching, I'm cutting out in the skin. But tell niggas to rear, but pockets looking like real. Double dutching, small bliss, and I'm flushing. P.O. Rushton, piss test, you know I'm flushed it. I'm custom, make something out of nothing, make an 8 look like a 16. How I fluffed them, started with a little bag, the job got around that.
Man, I gotta kick that bag. Man, I gotta get that bag. Man, I gotta kick that bag. I'm on it. Man, I gotta get that bag. Man, I gotta kick that bag. Man, I gotta get that bag. That's what they told me. I hope that's what you do. Really nice. Even if I gotta go put on my mask, man, I gotta take that back. Man, I gotta get that back. Man, I gotta get that back. I'm on it. Man, I gotta get that back. Man, I gotta get that back.
champagne. Me, I be hitting the field, the cold, the snow, and the rain. I did this all on my own, nobody gon' take it away. I'm flipping the page, I gotta get paid at the end of the day. I gotta chase that bag. Man, I gotta get that bag. Man, I gotta chase that bag. I'm 19 months in the building. Guess what? Turning it up on my team. We going 40, we going 40 up in the club, and I'm lacking with you, shorty. Look at you, shorty. Born and raised in the projects, my parents never had it. No dollars in my pockets, I had to work. Magic had my back on the credit, feeling broke was a habit. So I changed my status to it faster than a jet plane. Got diesel outline, man, I gotta chase that bag. Game was brought up, homemade in the era, the dope game. My sister's bagging work, pushing dog food and cocaine. I can't make sense when all I see is dollars. But for that cash, I bet I make a holler. Smooth skin, fat ass, and she loves to swallow. If that's your bitch, then you must be his friend. My team is going 40, we going 40 up in the club. And we're back and with the shorty, be a shorty, turning it up. Shorty's patrol, sipping good times, we living and the party's getting live and Sandy is the sitting same wood and there we gon' light up a quarter. It's a long bottle, we just put in the order. It's going down, see the mouth flowing loud, but the papers coming in because I'm bagging up the lobby. She's the team playing now your regular naughty. Takes the clothes off and shows it off to the posse. Cool and calm with me, this in my range and as I reach out and I grab it so my family feels my pain. Cause nigga, we gon' make it and my bros gon' feel the pain. I want my music in the speakers, I'm blowing my diamond. Them no want no problem. Soon we all go crush them. One by one, them all go fall like rain. Secret society around the whole planet. People are waking up, making up unity, equal strength. Me want do me thing, make money street, pocket never empty. Smoke weed like Snoop, D-O-double-G. Press start, me no need no key. My religion is humanity. Me no care what them talk about me. Straight from me heart, not no comedy. Me style ya wicked, so me stay trendy. We are not afraid, we will never run away. Oh no, no, no. We love life too much just to give it away. You know, you know, you know, you know. After all we did, you can't treat us this way. No, 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 no. Yeah, we work too hard every day to keep him out and they slay.
All my nights up in the condo south, your shit never gets sold. My destination for greatness, I would never sell my soul. These girls ask me what I want, I guess that thing is all I know. I would probably have a girl, but I can't help her. Want it more, I need more, want it all. Like money, cars, and hoes, that's all I know. That's all I know. That money make it come, one thing I know. I gotta get that check, I gotta make that stack, I gotta make that flip. All the money in the world, I can trust her so. All the money in the world, I can trust her so. Used to have a girl, now I got plenty. Started from the bottom, now we tip top. Tippy riding with my secret flying like I'm lurking. I used to love, now my girls got girlfriends. So Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for.
All my nights up in the concept, this shit never gets old. My destination for greatness, I would never sell my soul. These girls ask me what I want. I guess that's all I know. I would probably have a girl, but I can't help but wanting more. I need more. Want it all. Like money, cars, and hoes. That's all I know. That's all I know. Yeah, money make it come. One thing I know, I gotta get that check. I gotta make that stack. I gotta make that flip. All the money in the world, I can trust it so. All the money in the world, I can trust it so. Used to have a girl, now I got plenty. Started from the bottom, now we tip the top. Tip be riding with my secret plan like I'm like. I used to love, now my girls got girl. So get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Get out the mud, I can help her put on. On my waist foreign, I can help her put on. All these bitches love me, I can help her put on. Never turning on my niggas, I can help her put on. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on for. Ease my niggas up and on. I ain't never working at a 5, never with the callous. I'm just trying to win, double part in the driveway. I left fell on and the boy still got it. Put on for my fan, don't know anybody. Pull up in the bins, that's why they hate me. Switch the tents with the rings with my old lady. I don't need a kick game and a whip game. I just better how to live in the
Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for joining me, whatever time zone you found yourself in. My name is Phil from Radio.co. And welcome to our Radio.co product tour. Also a guide all about how to launch your very own community radio station. So primarily this demo is going to consist of a guide through how our software works, because it's all about how Radio.co, how our software can help you create your very own, community radio station, and a successful, stress-free one at that. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll be guiding you also 24/7 community radio station. Joining me. Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thank you very much for joining me, whatever time zone you found yourself in. My name is Phil from Radio.co. And welcome to our Radio.co product tour. Also a guide all about how to launch your very own community radio station. So primarily this demo is going to consist of a guide through how our software works, because it's all about how Radio.co, how our software can help you create your very own, community radio station, and a successful and stress-free one at that. Over the next 30 minutes, I'll be guiding you through the software to show you how Radio.co can genuinely help you easily launch and manage your own 24/7 community radio station. I'll also cover some programming tips, some equipment guidance to help you begin broadcasting professionally as soon as you turn your station on air. Understandably, launching your own online radio station can sound incredibly daunting, but what you'll begin to see during the course of this demonstration is just how easy it is to actually do, or rather just how much Radio.co can do for you to make it totally stress-free, as I say, so you can focus more on your content and your marketing, which is arguably the most important thing. So the reason for hosting a community radio themed one today is simply due to the fact that every year, particularly here in the UK, local community radio stations are being taken over by networks and are having their local identity stripped away. So us as fans of radio and ones who, want to really strive in communication and entertainment for a local community, we don't have that anymore. And local radio is unfortunately dying out, but working alongside Radio.co, you can turn the tides. So if there's anything that this pandemic has taught us, it's that there's nothing more important than the local community. So now more than ever, there's really no better time to launch your own local online radio station. Again, whether it is just for reaching out to that community, keeping people in the loop, or just keeping people sane and happy. So without further ado, allow me to jump into this demonstration of how Radio.co can help you achieve this. And if you have any questions at all, then please feel free to ask them in the comments during the course of the video. Some of you did submit questions beforehand, so I have got some already aside to answer. But yeah, if you've got anything at all about our software or just general advice that you're seeking about launching your own online radio station, then please do, write them in the comments wherever you are watching, and I'll try and answer as many as I can during the presentation. Okay, so let me just jump onto my screen here. So what you'll see here, first of all, is your Radio.co dashboard. So when you actually do create a Radio.co account, it only takes a couple of minutes. All you need to do is go to our pricing page, find a plan. We have 5 different plans, each giving you different allowances and different features. And it's ultimately finding out which one you feel is giving you the best head start for launching your station. Follow the instructions. A couple of minutes later, this is what you'll see, your Radio.co dashboard. So a couple of things here. It's just really a general overview of what's going on your station right now. So first of all, you'll see this, most important, this on-air button. Now you can actually turn your station on and off as often as you want. So I can just turn my station off, here we say, like that. And then you just give it a couple of seconds and it's off. Everything will gradually fade out and fade back on. But yeah, you can turn your station on and off as often as you like, whenever you want. But the beauty of this software is it's all completely cloud-based. So unlike a terrestrial radio station, a typical radio station, you do need a computer to be on constantly 24/7 to make sure your broadcast is on. But not with ours. Ours is all cloud-based. So it's actually us that power your station for you. We're the ones that will keep your station broadcasting 24/7. The only time you would ever need your own computer on is if you were ever doing a live broadcast, or if you just wanted to log in and make some changes to your programming. Otherwise, leave your computer off. You can even leave your internet off if you wanted to, because as I said, it's us that are powering it for you. So I'm just turning my station back on, and that's it. We're broadcasting once again. Now, this information at the top here, this is for live broadcasting. So as well as creating pre-recorded programs, you can actually do live broadcasting. So if you do want to get that real local community flair and communicate with everyone wherever they are in your local town or city, then do it live. There's nothing more exciting. So here you'll see, first of all, connection status. That's whether you as host, whether you as the user are connected to your station in order to do a live broadcast. If you're not, like me, it says not connected. If you are getting ready to do a live show, this will change to say connected and then live. Likewise, this will count down the time you have until you're doing a live show, as it says now, or if you are live, it will tell you how much time you have left. And then to actually connect for a live broadcast, first of all, you just need to hit this. This is a broadcaster. Think of it as kind of like the missing piece of a jigsaw or the missing piece of a long piece of pipe. If there's a piece missing, and that's where this broadcaster comes in, you're basically telling the software where your live audio is coming from. It will then take that audio and turn it out and put it online, on air. So that input could be a microphone, it could be a mixing desk, it could be anything you want. Tell the software where your live audio is coming from. It will take that feed and send it out on air. And there we go. You're broadcasting live on air. Now, this broadcaster itself is actually exclusive to Windows. If you are a Windows user, then use. Now, this information at the top here, this is for live broadcasting. So as well as creating pre-recorded programs, you can actually do live broadcasting. So if you do want to get that real local community flair and communicate with everyone wherever they are in your local town or city, then do it live. There's nothing more exciting. So here you'll see, first of all, connection status. That's whether you as host, whether you as the user are connected to your station in order to do a live broadcast. If you're not, like me, it says not connected. If you are getting ready to do a live show, this will change to say connected and then live. Likewise, this will count down the time you have until you're doing a live show, as it says now, or if you are live, it will tell you how much time you have left. And then to actually connect for a live broadcast, first of all, you just need to hit this. This is a broadcaster. Think of it as kind of like the missing piece of a jigsaw or the missing piece of a long piece of pipe. If there's a piece missing, and that's where this broadcaster comes in, you're basically telling the software where your live audio is coming from. It will then take that audio and turn it out and put it online, on air. So that input could be a microphone, it could be a mixing desk, it could be anything you want. Tell the software where your live audio is coming from, it'll take that feed and send it out on air. And there we go. You're broadcasting live on air. Now, this broadcaster itself is actually exclusive to Windows. If you are a Windows user, then use this. If you're a Mac user, we are hoping to develop our very own equivalent in the near future. So for now, we do recommend you using a third party, as one in particular called But, or Broadcast Using This Tool is its full name. And there it will ask you just for this, your unique host, port, and password for your station. Enter that information where it is relevant, and there we go. You're instantly connected. If you do need more guides, more information about how to use the broadcaster or But, you will find all this information on our help center at help.radio.co. Okay, this here is all relevant depending on whichever plan you want to have. So this shows your concurrent listenership, the maximum number of simultaneous. You're basically telling the software where your live audio is coming from. It will then take that audio and turn it out and put it online on air. So that input could be a microphone, it could be a mixing desk, it could be anything you want. Tell the software where your live audio is coming from. It will take that feed and send it out on air. And there we go. You're broadcasting live on air. Now, this broadcaster itself is actually exclusive to Windows. If you are a Windows user, then use this. If you're a Mac user, we are hoping to develop our very own equivalent in the near future. So for now, we do recommend you using a third party, as one in particular called But, or Broadcast Using This Tool is its full name. And there it will ask you just for this, your unique host, port, and password for your station. Enter that information where it is relevant, and there we go. You're instantly connected. If you do need more guides, more information about how to use the broadcaster or But, you will find all this information on our help center at help.radio.co. Okay, this here is all relevant depending on whichever plan you want to have. So this shows your concurrent listenership, the maximum number of simultaneous listeners. Bandwidth, so that is how much data is being used up by people listening to your station. And then storage, for all your music, jingles, adverts, whatever you want. And this just shows you a general overview of what's going on right now. So here we go. We have our media tab here. So this is probably where you'll end up going first. So this is where you'll upload your content. So what you do is you go to the add media here. Now, there are a couple of different ways you can upload your content. First of all, as long as it is MP3 or AAC, you can upload your tracks. And they can be anything you want. As I said, they can be music, jingles, adverts, podcasts, interviews, anything you like. And there's different ways you can upload your content. First of all, just via the browser. Click on this, select Files. Here, select the files that are saved onto your computer or local external hard drive and just upload them to your account there. If you are a community station looking to play a wide variety of music, then you may want to use FTP, which stands for File Transfer Protocol. It's basically just a more aggressive way of uploading. Bit of a strange term to describe it, but it means you can upload dozens of files very quickly. You can set loads of them going, and overnight you could potentially upload thousands of tracks overnight. We have recently introduced ways of uploading tracks via Google Drive and Dropbox as well. So that's a new way of uploading your media. But when they are uploaded, they'll all appear in a long list format like this. Now, the first tip I'm going to tell you about community radio, at least how to best get out of it through our software, is by using these brightly coloured labels, or what we call tags. Now, again, as I mentioned before, if you are a community radio station with a wide variety of content, not just music, but anything to do with your community, then using these tags are a great way to help you keep on top of what you've got. They're essentially a way of organising your media, first and foremost. You can create a label like this and attach it to all of your tracks. And these, as you can see here, my labels, my tags, jingle, podcast, dance, 60s here, they're not predetermined ones. They're ones that I've created myself, because you can create any tag that you like. So let's highlight these tracks here. So say, for example, I've highlighted 4 tracks here that are pop music, something like that. So what you do is you highlight them here, and where it says add and create tag, and you can be as broad or as specific as you want. There's a couple more that I've made. So say, for example, these are 2000s music, something like that. Click on add. It will create that tag and attach it to those tracks. So now I can apply that tag to as many different tracks as I want. Now, you can also apply them to an entire page. There's 50 tracks per page. So again, coming from a community radio standpoint, I guess a typical radio station may have an A list, a B list, and a C list. Things to show the variety, the rotation of the tracks that you want to play. So I could highlight them here, all 50, and I'm going to create A list, something like that. Click on add. There we go. All these tracks will now have the A list. And as you can see, you can attach multiple tags to your tracks. So I now know all these 50 tracks are going to be in my A list. So the tracks I'm going to be playing more often than most. So that's just a way to use the tags. So first and foremost, a great way of organizing, but you can also use these tags in your playlists. So I'll show you how to do that very, very shortly. A great feature that we have if you subscribe to at least our bronze plan, particularly again for a community radio station or any station really, of that fact, is our live recordings feature. Now, what this does is this allows you to schedule your live shows to record. So as soon as you come off air, you will have a live file of exactly what you've just come off air doing. So you can see here, I've got a 2-hour long file, MP3 file of the show I've just done. And once you've got it there, you can kind of recycle this content. So, your shows no longer have to be one and done. If you want people to listen to it again or upload it somewhere for more people to reach, you absolutely can. So what you can do is you go to the actions button here, and there's a couple of options. You could just download the recording. You just download it for personal use, maybe upload it on your own website, maybe. We actually have our sister company, podcast.co. So if it's a talk show you've done, talk piece of content, or maybe it's you want to make like a best of compilation. That's what a lot of local and national stations do. They'll have a live 4-hour breakfast show full of music. It's then someone's job to cut out all the music and just put all the talk segments together into a best of package. That's a fantastic way of getting your content out to an audience that may not otherwise have bothered listening to you live. Make it into a podcast. It can then be available on the likes of Spotify, TuneIn, Apple Podcasts, reaching potentially millions of people who otherwise, again, wouldn't have found your station if it was just live on the radio. So turning it into a podcast. Also, if it's just a music show, you can also publish it directly to Mixcloud. It's all about making the most of your content. As I said just earlier, your live shows no longer have to be one and done. Recycle them, repurpose them. Make the most of your talent and, reaching your audience in a way that was never possible before. Voice tracking, a stable tool that you find in any typical radio station. This just allows you to record vocal content up to 10 minutes in length that you can then place throughout a playlist to give off the impression that your pre-recorded show is actually live. There's a live DJ behind it. This is also the impression called voice tracking, a stable tool that you find in a way that was never possible before. Voice tracking, a stable tool that you find in any typical radio station. This just allows you to record vocal content up to 10 minutes in length that you can then place throughout a playlist to give off the impression that your pre-recorded show is actually live. There's a live DJ behind it. This is also a great way of getting and recruiting new DJs. Not everyone wants to go live right off the bat. It can be quite daunting. So if you've got a team of, a young team of DJs or maybe old vets who have, been out of the game for a little bit, then if someone's not ready to go live or you don't feel they're ready to go live, then build them a playlist, invite them to record voice tracks. Nice way of getting up confidence and used to getting presenting on the radio. So I'll show you how to record your voice tracks within your playlists very, very shortly. Talk shows. Now, this not to be confused with an actual talk show. You can do talk show on any plan. All of our accounts will let you do your talk shows to, live talk shows to your audience. What this will allow you to, this is just a more convenient way of recording remotely with guests from all over the world. So if you want to interview a guest, from their own home, particularly during this time where, we're not mixing households and, getting as close to people as we once were, this is a great way of recording interviews with co-hosts or just guests from all over the world. What you do is you essentially invite them to an online green room. You invite them into that room, you hit record, and you can record up to a 60-minute segment. It's not for live programming, just for pre-recording, but again, it's a nice, easy way of recording content with up to 3 guests from all over the world. It's an incredible tool to have, and it's definitely one worth thinking about if you do want to subscribe to our Gold or our Pro plan. And then we have news. Can be an essential tool, particularly during this day and age, and something you may want to consider on your community radio station. What this allows you to do is to build a news package, really. You choose an intro and an outro you want to put on your news bulletin. Of course, it doesn't have to be an introduction or a piece of music. It can be a top of hour jingle. It can be a sponsor. If you want to monetize your station, a way to do it can be to get sponsors. Get someone to sponsor your weather reports or your news reports. And this is a way to automate its broadcasting. It can go out before the news or after the news. It's just a way of having a reoccurring message for your sponsor to get a nice bit of revenue in. So this is where you would do that. You would put your top of hour jingle or advert here. Choose a news source that you want to use. We do have some recommendations for news sources that you can use if you visit our blog on radio.co/blog. But once you find a news source, it just needs to be an MP3 news source. And once you've added it in, choose how frequently you want it to go on air. So I can say Monday to Friday between the hours of 7 a.m. and 5 p.m. And what it would do is during every automated hour, this news bulletin will automatically fade in on air. So if you've just got automated playlists, it will automatically fade in. If a DJ is going live, it can't interrupt a live DJ. A live DJ is kind of like the apex predator of your station. They can't be uninterrupted, even though sometimes we wish they were. So the only way to really get an automated news broadcast whilst a live DJ on is perhaps schedule a live DJ to start maybe 2 minutes past every hour. They do a show from 2 minutes past 12 to 1 o'clock, something like that. And using that 2 minute period between 12 and 2 minutes past 12 to have an automated news bulletin. But yeah, it's just a great way of, great thing to think about if you do want to have news and you want to automate it. We can do that for you. Okay, so that's kind of a breakdown on some of the features that we have that can make your creating and managing your community radio station relatively simple and easy through our software. So I'm going to move on to playlists. This is how you will build your shows. So it's very, very easy to build a show. Pre-recorded shows, these are here. So you can have a pre-recorded music show, pre-recorded talk show, whatever you want. So you can see a couple of examples I've got here. Now, there is one playlist here called the default playlist, and we've actually built that to be as helpful as possible for you launching your online radio station. What this will allow you to do is if you are doing a live show, or whether it's in a studio or remotely, whether it's yourself or it's another DJ like me, for example. Obviously, having a stable internet connection is a major concern. You want to have a stable internet connection to make sure you maintain a stable connection to the server, to your station. But what happens if that internet connection's cut off, or there's a power cut, or for any reason, I'm your DJ, I text you a minute before I'm due on air to say, something's come up, I can't do the show. Then what you can do is actually set this default playlist to automatically fade in and begin playing anytime there's a technical emergency like that. The software will detect that there's been a loss of connection between the DJ and the server, and when there has, this will automatically fade in. It will automatically fade in as well when there's nothing scheduled on your schedule. So this is a way of helping you create your programming so you don't have to create 24 hours of content every single day. We can do a lot of that work for you. We can fill in those gaps for you. So to build a playlist, go to the top here where it says new playlist. Now I'm just going to call this one Thursday night, because it's Thursday night here in the UK. So Thursday night, give this a colour. Say a nice burnt orange colour there. Click on the add button, and it will then take you to your playlist builder. So you can see this is the name of the show. This is the name of the playlist we're building, and its current length here. Now, if I want to add a track to my playlist, all I need to do is click on the plus button next to every track going in. And you can see I'm going to work my way down the list, and every time I click on the plus button, it's jumping straight into my playlist here. So I can work my way down. I can type in the names of tracks here to find them. I can also type in the name of tags to find tracks as well. But once I've added all my tracks in, of course, you can see as well the duration is adding up. Once they're on this side, you can move them around, get everything in the right running order for you, like so. So you don't have to add tracks into any particular order, just move them around. Now, obviously, some softwares on terrestrial radio stations will automatically generate playlists for you. You do have to build your playlist yourself manually. So if you wanted to add particular tracks in for a certain time, this is how you do it. Just add them in, move them around, get everything in the right order. Now, actually, we can actually automate your playlists for you to a degree. And by doing that, you'd actually use tags. So if I go to the option here on the left, you'll see tags. And you'll actually see a list of all the tags you've made. And you can use these in your playlists. So I'm going to take this 90s tag here and I'm going to drag it into my playlist, like so. So you can see I've got this 90s tag as my track 2 in this case. And what the software will do is when it gets to this tag in the running order, the software will play a random track that has that tag on it, followed by another random 90s track here, or a random jingle there. Now, the software's clever. It will play every track within that tag once before it repeats any. So even if I put the same tag in 100 times, as long as I've got at least 190 tracks, each time it will be different. So it's a way of, kind of just adding an element of shuffle to your playlist, completely randomizing it. And you can actually build a playlist completely made up of tags if you wanted to. So I could build a 90s show, as simple as that. And what that will do is that will play a random 90s track, followed by a random jingle. Random 90s, random jingle. And I could schedule that for 2 hours, and it would just, for 2 hours, continuously play a random 90s, random jingle, back and forth, just like that. So you can build a playlist even as simple as that. Just play back-to-back 90s tracks for an hour or something like that. We've made these tools just to take a lot of that work from you so you can focus, as I said, on your content and your marketing. So you could build a playlist that just contains that if you wanted to. Recordings, if you've got any old live shows and you want to repeat them, it's simply a case of adding that file to your playlist. There we go. I'm now playing an old 2-hour-long show that I did, I think in September or something like that. And it's just going to play it within my now 2-hour-long playlist, like such. And a voice track. So as I said, this will let you record your voice for up to 10 minutes in length. Great, efficient way of recording content. So if I want to record my own, click on this microphone button at the top here. If I click on that, it will take me to my voice track screen. So I want to click on this red microphone button. It will then ask me to select what input I want to use, so what I'm going to be using to talk or play music through. So choose the right option. That's the audio interface I want to use. And this will be a very, very similar option in your broadcaster for live broadcasting, or BUT if you wanted to use that. It will just ask you to select what input you want to use. And what will happen is every piece of audio going through that device will be captured when you're voice tracking or when you're broadcasting live. So I could have a mixing desk that has a microphone plugged into it, a piece of music, or a phone with some music on it, and maybe someone on the phone, to talk to. Hit record, all the audio is then going through your desk, going into here, and you're recording all the audio that's plugged into that device. And again, the same applies to live broadcasting as well. But when you're happy with the decision you've made, click on this, and it'll then start counting backwards from 10 minutes. So you can see it's counting backwards and it's recording everything that I'm saying through my microphone. So I could use this time to introduce a piece of music that's coming up next, maybe, or introduce an old show. I could interview someone. I could just talk for 10 minutes. Or another way people are using this, particularly a convenient way for community radio, is using this tool to record adverts or community shout-outs or things like that. You don't necessarily have to build an advert, a commercial with all the bells and whistles on it. Sometimes, particularly where podcasting is concerned, sometimes just a dry vocal ad for 30 seconds talking about how good something is, or where someone can purchase something, or an offer code, something like that. So that's a really great way of recording an advert within the software. Just record it here. You don't need a professional setup, like software-wise. Select your microphone, click record, and away you go. Now, if you're happy with this, you click on stop. And in a moment or so, you'll be able to listen back to it to make sure that it sounds okay. I can click on the play button, which it will display. There we go. I can hit the play button. If I like what I hear, excellent. If I don't, I can clear recording and start again. If I do like it, but I don't like the way I start or how I finish it, you do actually have access to a track editor. Now, it's not a fancy track editor. You can't chop anything in the middle of it or splice anything or put any music under it. It will just allow you to amend how a track starts and how a track finishes. So maybe if you made a mistake at the beginning or you didn't like the choice of words at the end, you can chop or fade them out. If you do like it, just give it a name. So we'll just call this one Phil Intro Thursday, something like that. Click on Create. It'll then create that and save it by default at the bottom of my playlist. Now, of course, if I don't want it there, I could just move it around like so. And there we go. It's introducing my show here. And there we go. That's my show built. I've got an intro for it, bit of music, and an old show that I'm going to repeat. Now, I'm happy with this playlist, so I'm going to click on Save Changes. And I'm going to go and schedule it in. So this is where you'll go for your schedule. You can see here, this is the days of the week along the top and times down by the side. And as I scroll down through my station, you'll see everything that I've got on my show. And in fact, I've actually only got 2 shows. I have a live breakfast show here, 9 till 12, and then a live evening show or drive time show, maybe 6 till 9. Funnily enough, that's what most local stations do, even sort of national stations do. They will have a live breakfast show, maybe a live drive time show, and then it's filler. It's pre-recorded shows throughout of it. So that's kind of what I've replicated here. Now, if you remember, as I said, every time there's a gap in your schedule, the default playlist will automatically fade in. So that's exactly what it will do here. As Alan is finishing his live show, the software knows nothing's coming next. So what it will do is he will fade out at 12. And as soon as Alan starts fading out, at 2 seconds to 12, the default playlist will automatically fade in and they will crossfade together. So as soon as it hits 12 o'clock, the default playlist is playing until 6 o'clock in this time. Now, the default playlist will always fill in the time it's supposed to. Even if your default playlist isn't 1 hour long, it will play it, in this example, 6 times on loop because there's 6 hours to fill. It will always fill in that time. So what most people do on our software is they'll build shows here and there and they let us fill in the gaps. So I'll show you how that looks. So I'm going to schedule a show from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. tomorrow. So I've got Friday here, Friday the 12th of February. I'm going to click on 2 o'clock and I'm going to drag it down to the time I want my show to finish, which in this case is 4 o'clock. When I let go of the mouse, you just need to confirm the information regarding this show. So you can see here, first of all, my show starts at 2, runs for 2 hours, and therefore finishes at 4. So that sounds great. Now, currently, I've only got it scheduled for Friday. But if I wanted this show to go out on multiple times across the week, maybe this is a mid-afternoon show that you want to do every single day on your radio station. If that's the case, you don't need to schedule it every single day manually. Let us replicate it for you. So I'm going to select Tuesday as well, and Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday, or every day. And it will then schedule this show 2 till 4 every day. And the same applies on a weekly basis. We don't expect you to create the same programming every single week. Allow us to help you. So if you click on week, you can put in a random date and it will schedule it up until a random date up to 2 years in the future. We're not going to go that mad today. We're just going to schedule it for 12 months instead. So I'm going to select the 11th of February 2022 and it will schedule it for 12 months. Now, before I click on Create Event, I need to confirm one more thing. I need to tell the software what kind of show this is going to be. So if I click on the Advanced tab, where it says Event Type, there's a couple of options. First of all, Playlist. Now, what this will do is, as the name suggests, this simply means I'm going to play a playlist on my radio station. So at the top here, where it does say Playlist, conveniently, this is a drop-down menu. So if I click on that, you'll see these are the playlists I've made so far. Thursday night, even though it's on a Friday afternoon, ignore that. But I'm going to select Thursday night, there we go, and that's going to play 2 till 4 every day, every week for the next 12 months. There's also an option here called Overrun. That's a very handy tool to have. By default, it's off. What that means is when this show is about to finish at 4 o'clock, even if there's still 2 minutes left of a track that's currently playing, it will fade out in favor of the next show starting at 4 o'clock. So it's a good option to have it turned off if you know you want your shows to start at exactly the times they should. If you select on, the software will allow the currently playing track to finish playing before the next show starts. So it may mean your shows start a couple of minutes late perhaps, but arguably it sounds better to finish playing an entire song before the next show starts. So just a nice option to consider there. So if I click on Create Event, you'll actually see how quickly it's going to schedule it in. There we go. So this means I've scheduled 12 months worth of content and it took, 2 seconds to do? That's how easy it needs to be. You don't need to spend so much time and effort building the shows for your station. Just focus on the content you want to put inside of it, or again, the marketing you want to do for your station. But you can now see 2 till 4, the Thursday night playlist. Again, ignore the fact it's starting on a Friday in the afternoon. So what will happen here is this playlist is going to automatically fade in at 2 and then automatically fade out at 4 because that's the time you've asked it to. Likewise, there are gaps either side of this show. And as I said, The default playlist will fill it in. So if I just scroll through Friday, doesn't look like it, but that's 24 hours of content scheduled. Sure, most of the schedule is blank, but your default playlist is filling that in. So, you could have hours upon hours of music in there that also features jingles, adverts, voice links. It's totally up to you. Some people actually manage their entire station through just one default playlist that's got 24 hours worth of content in it. It's totally up to you about how you manage your station. We're just giving you a few options on how to do it. Now, if you want this to be a live show, you just need to do it slightly differently. So here on the event type, I'm going to select live DJ here. Now, what I need to do is confirm with the software which DJ this is going to be, because it's going to be expecting that particular person to be logged in. So on this drop-down option here, I'm going to select, so I'll be an egotistical maniac, and I'll select myself. So this means the software is going to be expecting me, Phil, to be live on air. If I want to record the broadcast and turn it into a podcast when it's finished, I'll select on. And this where it says track information. What this will do is this will either display the metadata for any tracks that I play, or if you select playlist, you can actually have it the metadata display the information for that show. So it will say something like live DJ Phil for my entire show, or the individual track information of what I'm playing. If I click on update event, it will update it. And even though I've scheduled it for 12 months already, I can still make as many changes to it as I want. Likewise, I can make changes to the show even while it's on air. If you've got a DJ that you're unhappy with, why not kick them off mid-show and replace them with someone else? You can do that. So now you can see 2 till 4, me, live DJ Phil, I'm going live. As a DJ, I can connect up to 5 minutes before I'm due on air. So I will log into my radio.co account. I'll open up the broadcaster, or bot. It will say I'm connected. It will count down to the time I'm supposed to go live on air. And then exactly 2 o'clock, I will fade in. And exactly 4 o'clock, I will fade out. A DJ can only go live at the times they've been specified. So even if I logged in at 1 o'clock, which I can only go live at exactly 2 o'clock, because that's the time I'm supposed to be on air. Now, if I